This to make it 28-3. Arthur Blank loving it. Up by 25. Toss to White. He's in. What a comeback.
All right, welcome to another episode of the 28-3 podcast. Tonight we're going to talk about tannins.
That's right. You see, tannins.
What are tannins, Corey?
Tannins have nothing to do with football, and they have nothing to do with the Saints playing the Giants.
They have nothing to do with Johnny Walker Blue either.
They have everything to do with.
That's true. They don't have anything to do with Johnny Walker.
They have
Blue.
everything to do with a hot take that I gave at a restaurant that apparently was.
I think it was a lot because it was wrong.
Entertaining, and for those of you wondering about the background and the subject of what we're talking about right now, welcome to our annual beach trip episode. We are here in Destin, Florida. We do this every year, where we've been doing the beach trip for
10 years.
Much longer than we've been doing the podcast, so we adapt, and here we are, live and living.
We're technically in Miramar, which is also part of Top Gun. Not the same Miramar, but
so it's actually not part of Top Gun.
That's
has about
close
as
enough.
much to do with Top Gun as tannins have to do with Scotch.
No, because mine was a joke, intentionally wrong. Yours was said with a straight face.
Anyway, speaking of jokes,
Well, tell a story, though.
I mean, it's not much of a story. I just said I preferred.
What did the server offer you?
He offered Johnny Walker Blue for $25 a pour,
Which is a good price.
but I wasn't feeling Scotch. I
So
just
what
wanted
did you
to
tell
end the
him?
night with a red
What did you
wine.
tell him, though?
I said I'd prefer to have a Syrah instead.
Why did you prefer the Syrah?
Well, because I usually drink Cab and Malbec. And
What did you say about the tannins?
I said it's not as many tannins.
So, Nick, what do we know about Syrah?
That's what I said.
Very heavy on the tannins.
Well, you know-it-alls know more about Syrah than I do, so y'all, went and had to say the shit y'all said about, it doesn't have tannins.
Yeah, you took one on the chin there.
I said what I said. I'm good. So anyway, this is the kind of content you're going to get.
You said what you said, but you're not good.
You said what you
good.
said, but you're not correct.
I'm not correct.
That's right.
I'm good, maybe not correct. As is,
I think on reclarification,
Happens.
you said it's what I like, which I'm totally fine with.
yeah.
I'm good with that. But the tannin steak was crazy.
Anyway, so we have a game to preview.
That's right.
So who are we playing this weekend?
The New York Football Giants.
There we go. In the Superdome, right?
In the Dome.
We will not be there because we'll be here watching the game. And
We are here.
We actually might record while we watch.
Yeah, we might try to do that.
We got to see if they're showing a game here first, though.
Yeah, we don't know the
It's
TV
harder
coverage.
to do from a bar. We're going to watch the game.
Yeah.
It just depends whether we're here or at the bar. We got to figure that out.
True.
If not, we'll recap it probably afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Actually, before we go any further, let me go ahead and compliment you on your shirt.
Look at this guy.
this is the hot off the press Lou Miss shirt.
Can you
Y'all
turn
saw-
around and show what the back looks like?
I'm about to.
Corey, show him what a medium looks like.
That's actually an XL that looks like a medium.
For the benefit of everybody watching, we did not order me a medium. But y'all can thank me later for that, or thank me now as you're watching, or listening.
Lizzie, if you're watching, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. She probably watches.
Or sorry, one of the two. We don't.
But anyway, so Lou Miss, right? Got the Lou and the Miss, right? And then on the back, we got our greatest hits. So Sullivan started things off for Mickey, and then
Can you stand straight? I feel like that's not a flat
because I
angle.
stand straight.
He has scoliosis.
You're not going to see. You can't see the whole thing in the.
Well, kneel down.
There you go.
There
There
it
you
is.
go,
You
there
can
it
see
is.
the whole thing. No.
Anyway,
legit.
but the logo's already posted. It's pinned to our Twitter profile. These shirts are available for the low price of $28.03.
Man, it came
at
out good.
shop.28to3.podcast.com. It really did come out good.
Hey,
Came out good.
I mean,
It did.
lot of follow-up variations coming to that shirt too.
Yeah.
We've got some more on the way.
Yeah, this shirt started with an amateur sketch by one Nick Shea, and I think the amateur sketch might just have to turn into a T-shirt. So, so this Sunday, are we going to see Lou misses, or are we going to see some decent performance despite the Lou misses on our team? What do y'all think?
I think Max is starting this week. I started last week. Go ahead.
All right. Well, let's think. If we're going to get a win at any point this season with Rattler as a starter, it feels like it's going to come this week or next week. Now, the Giants, although they have a fearsome pass rush, there's a lot of talent on the front seven. The defensive backfield is kind of like ours. They give up a lot of passing yards. So
Yeah. Well, if you heard Spencer Rattler in his press conference, he said they don't disguise things as well as other teams, then New York media had a field day with that one.
Well, they should have. It's coming from a guy who has literally beat no one.
Yeah. True.
So it's I agree with Max. Similar flaws, except their D-line is beyond elite, and ours has been good, but we know they're not elite. I think we can all agree on that.
yeah.
But the secondary has shown some big weaknesses this year. I think it's interesting because last week they ran the ball very well with Jackson Dart coming in. He ran the ball a lot. Scadaboo ran it well. The pass offense for them was fairly poor, if we're being honest about it.
Dart threw for like 164?
I thought it was 120 something.
Okay.
But
It was low.
It was low.
Yeah.
And that's been our weakness. So what does that mean? Our strength's more been on the run defense than it has been pass defense. And you've got a rookie quarterback, second start, who, look, by all accounts, played pretty well last week. But it wasn't his pass offense that really won the game. It was the way he ran the ball. So
to be fair, they lost Malik Neighbors before halftime.
Yeah, but he's still gone. So are you worried about their pass offense against our bad secondary, or no?
Our secondary is that bad that
yeah.
I am kind of worried about their
I was about to say, until proven otherwise.
Agreed. Yadam's
so
out.
Over-under on the Jackson Dart passing yards is like 150?
Yeah, and I'm way over on that.
I think I'm taking the over.
It was-
We're going
it
to
was-
text Alex and have her
It was
put it in the bank.
200. I thought it was 200. It's 150?
I thought it was in the 150s.
We can't look it up right now because it won't.
We could look it up. I'll look it up.
FanDuel won't even come up?
It'll come up.
It didn't come up for me earlier.
Let me try.
Anyway, you talk. What you got?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to me the amount of people that are on the Saints are going to win this bandwagon.
Wait, who the fuck is on that bandwagon?
I've just seen a lot of people saying, like, this is the week the Saints win.
Where? Twitter?
Just Twitter, or even the fact that we're favored. I heard we were favored last. Like, it's minus 2.5. I mean, I know, like, in the pros, like, you do the 3. There's 3 baked in for a home game. But the fact that
Are we actually favored?
Favored by 2.5 as of right now.
So I'm just surprised at – look, I'm not saying I dislike the positivity. I love when people are optimistic and behind our team. It's just, for me, it makes me skittish considering the fact that, yeah, we're 0-4. I mean, sure, we were competitive against the Niners. They looked pretty good. Even with Mac Jones, the Bills are a good team. We were competitive against the Bills. We had the one blip in Seattle, otherwise competitive against the Cardinals. So, I mean, I get the fact that we've hung in games, but I just don't think I've seen enough yet to feel, not saying to think that we won't be able to do it. I think we are capable of winning, but I just don't have enough there to feel like confident that, okay, this is going to be the week we do it.
So real
could
quick,
happen, but-
they don't have actual passing props on FanDuel that I'm seeing, but they have the alt pass yards.
Whoever sent it to us was from DraftKings, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
175 yards for Jackson Dart is minus 118. So it's about 175, 180.
Yeah.
If he's minus 118 and 175. So we're going to call it 175 yards.
Sure.
I'm feeling over on that.
I kind of am too.
Yeah, I think you have to. I mean, the only reason if he doesn't get there is just the sheer inexperience being a rookie and whatnot. But
No, you have to think about what skill positions are going to generate almost 200 yards there, because you're talking about Wayndale, Slayton, Theo Johnson,
They could throw
Scadaboo.
they could throw to Scadaboo.
Yeah.
We couldn't even tackle Shakir, whatever his name is, last week. I mean, you think we're gonna?
We didn't tackle anybody last week, really.
If Scadaboo catches the shit like in the right spot or the wrong spot for us, like, he's housed.
I just feel like Wayndale and Slayton are probably better
Wandale.
than Riley. Wayndale, whatever.
Wandale, Wayndale, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean, isn't he
Mama named him Wandale,
Where's
I'm
he
gonna
from?
call him Wandale.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, I think probably that's a good matchup for them against Riley. Right? Is second start for him?
Did
For
you-
us?
Yeah.
Yes. So Ray Riley, I think it's his first official.
First official
if he does start.
Yeah, well,
Looks
they ruled.
like he's going to.
I think they ruled Rodham out today. I
Okay,
think.
good, perfect.
So he's starting, which is great for us looking forward because we theoretically won't give up that potential fourth round compensatory pick that we could give up if Yadam played too many snaps. So let's hope we stick with this the rest of the season because Yadam wasn't producing at some far superior level. So why give up that fourth round pick? We hope to see him on IR. I hate to say that, or not playing.
I think the biggest thing with Yadam is that
he's not good.
You got to put the better guy in. I mean, I hear people talking about the compensatory pick. That's fine. I mean, yeah, fourth round pick is a big deal. But the whole thing about Yadam or Riley, I don't just play the guy that's better.
But even if he's not better, even if he's not better, if he's close, it makes no sense to not play him, sure. Right? So I think it's a good move. I don't know if we're gonna, if necessarily he's the better player today, but it'll be good for him to get experience anyway.
Even on location, your fucking phone goes off 5 minutes into the pod.
This is my insulin thing.
It's not your alarm to call the girls?
No. Shout out Omnipod. Maybe I'll sponsor us one day.
Yeah. Toughen up, brother.
Control. Make your blood sugar control itself.
Look, before we hit play, get that sugar in line.
Shout out type 1 diabetics.
Hold it over there, not on a hard surface where it's going to vibrate and just kind of... It's a new tradition. Every time his phone goes off, 5 minutes in.
You do have a good string of your phone going
on. Trying to find new ways to do it. Who knows what I'll do next week?
You're on a hot streak right now.
Keep you in suspense.
So hold on. So we had a good suggestion in the Discord, courtesy of Zach. So
what up, True QB9?
Yeah. So he wants to know how much pressure is Rattler under to win. If
lot.
Rattler goes to 0-11, do we think this is it, and it's Shuck in week 6?
I don't.
Or does he have more time?
I don't think the win-loss is the issue. I think he has to show he's not going to keep making the same mistakes again. If he doesn't have a missed touchdown, which shouldn't be a thing. You can keep playing if you don't miss a touchdown. A missed touchdown is a big deal, and he's had one 2 weeks in a row now, and 3 total if you count no, not 2 weeks in a row, but
2 and 3 weeks in a row. No, it was 49ers and this week.
Did he have one in the Seahawks? Either way,
no.
I think if he shows that
he did in the Seahawks, you do miss your lock.
Yeah. So it's 3 in a row.
3 in a row.
So
to which one? To Olave? That was a tighter throw than the first Olave, though, right?
Yeah, the first Olave was
Olave was really bad. Yeah.
But my point is, if he shows the ability to at least be accurate, not miss open guys, it just improves. Show a market improvement. Then it's not, even if we lose, I don't think you bench him. I mean, I still think I know our issue with, the need to feel like we got to see what Shuck provides before we go into the draft.
We do.
I get that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think the standard generally of benching a quarterback has changed so much to where he doesn't have to just totally suck.
So you're saying 0-10 is not enough? We need to get to 0-15.
I think.
How about 0-17?
But no, you said it last episode that
it's not this
Kellen
season.
Moore's looking at the 0-4, not the 0-10, and so I think realistically, I mean, you said it earlier too in another episode, the bye week. Mm-hmm. You could realistically.
What's bye week 8?
10, right?
It's 10. Which week is it? I know. We were looking at
It's the week before the Falcons.
Falcons is November 23rd, I believe.
So I think we really could slog along that long with Rattler, especially if he's not, because the rest of the team isn't.
I'm going to say this.
The team around him hasn't elevated.
If you lose to the Giants and follow it up losing to the Panthers, right? Panthers are
Patriots.
Next? Patriots, sorry. Patriots next. When are the Panthers?
I don't know, but the Patriots are going to whack us.
I think the Patriots are going to kill us.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say kill us. I think the Patriots.
The Drake is coming out.
Drake's going to have a field day.
It's going to be it's a 300-yard game.
And
Drake.
Travion.
Yeah.
Travion's probably the closest thing to cook.
But when do we play the
Shifting
Panthers?
fast.
When we were talking
Travion's
about
different, man. He's one cut gone.
He's different, but he's also fast as shit. Yeah.
We
He's
talked about
faster,
it. We talked about it the schedule. When's the Panthers game?
I don't know.
I think it's after the Patriots.
Okay. That's the mark for me.
The Bears is after the Patriots.
Yeah, you're right.
God damn, when did we play the damn Panthers? We just brought this up last episode, I feel like.
Give me a second.
I'm going to say, did I tell you my new nickname for Rattler?
Do I want to hear it?
It's good, actually. It's really good.
Okay, it's not till after the Bucks. So
There's good logic behind it.
What is your new nickname for
Okay,
that?
so I'm gonna set this up first.
Just
so you know when you
do I
ride.
need to give like a parental warning or something?
No. This one's clean and this one's it's actually pretty good. So you know when you ride in a go-kart
Yeah.
and they have that thing on there that limits the speed. What do you call that thing?
governor.
The governor?
So Rattler is now the governor because he effectively limits the speed of everything else on the offense.
You're watching
That's
Netflix
good,
show?
right?
Yeah.
No, it makes sense though, right? It's good, right?
The governor.
The governor. Because he limits the speed of all the weapons we have on offense.
I mean,
He limits everything. But real quick, the Panthers game is right before the bye.
the governor. I think it could be workshop, but I like it.
So that's
Well, it's the only thing that fits. I don't know how to make it, more enticing, but
But
it works.
you felt good about it.
I feel good about it.
Okay.
I'll drop it as a tweet during the game.
R.I.P. the governor, by the way, Max. Gators for life.
Oh, man, that guy. Yeah, shit.
So real quick, the Panthers game is right before the bye. That would be week 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Week 10. So does he make it?
But that's what I'm
to
saying.
The bye?
It sets up for Shuck to come in after the bye because let's
real
just say
quick-
if we lose to the Panthers,
Correct. I agree. For sure, it's over by the bye.
Just like
is it going
Dennis
to
Allen.
happen before?
there could be some symmetry there because
If you're bringing Shuck in, would you want to bring him in against the Panthers?
or after a bye where he's got an extra week to prepare.
Yeah, but I feel like you could do that in practice before. You definitely don't want to bring him in against the Rams.
Well, easy there, Max.
Do you bring him in against DA?
That would be awesome.
No.
Nah.
DA's going to be out for blood.
I think that game's in Chicago too.
It
He's going
is.
to be out for blood.
Yeah.
Then we got the Bucks at home. You're probably not bringing him in that game. So you're not bringing him in the Rams game?
You know what? I let Rattler break the record. I let him get to 0 in like 16.
You can't. If you're going to bring Shuck in after the bye, he doesn't get the record. The record's 15, right?
He's 0
So-
11.
He's
What is
0-10.
He's 0 10. So hold on.
The Rams would be 15.
Giants.
So you're right. The Panthers game is the 16th.
Yeah. I let him get there, and then we make the switch.
Okay, so on the back end of that, if you do that, you've only got 7 games with Shuck. Are you good bailing on Shuck after 7 poor games?
I don't think it's going to happen anyway. I told you this last
Yeah.
episode. I don't.
You think he's
it's
playing all year, Rattler? You're back to that?
happening. No, I think I don't think
We're invested in
independent of
Shuck.
what happens this year. I think Shuck gets next year to do his thing.
So you think no matter what, we're not drafting a quarterback?
I don't think no matter what, but I think there's a high probability that we don't draft a quarterback. I think they do something like, and I wouldn't be upset with this, like a Reuben Bain with a top 5 pick.
Yeah, there's a really good chance that the top graded or like the best overall player will be so far ahead of the best overall QB.
Yeah, but that happens all the time in the QB.
But I mean,
still
but I
gets
think
picked,
the
yeah.
gap will be especially wider this year, and it's going to be
Yeah,
like.
but let me
you're
tell
gonna-
you what's.
I don't think so.
You're going to be passing on so much by.
You say that, but that's fool's gold. None of those players have ever transformed teams. You've had the Mario Williams. You've had all these Myles Garretts. You've had all these players.
Miles
They
Garrett's
never.
pretty fucking good, bro.
Yeah, the team sucks. The team has sucked the entire time he's been there. It doesn't change teams.
But look what they've done with the rest of their franchise. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, Watson was kind of.
You can say that, but we wanted Watson too.
Yeah, we did.
Well,
it would
all
have been an
right.
awful mistake.
So I'm just saying, like, until you've solved QB, you've solved nothing. And if you're ever going to solve QB, your best odds are in the top
Again,
5.
you're preaching to the choir, and I agree with you 1,000%. Take the QB, but I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think it's a massive mistake if they don't, because if Shuck couldn't beat out Rattler, it is what it is, man. He's 27 next year. He couldn't beat out Rattler. You're gonna have a top 5 pick and not use it on a quarterback. That's crazy.
I think this team has a very high probability, no matter
I
what
don't-
they do
look,
in the offseason.
I don't
of
think it's
having-
crazy.
Hold on. Of having a top 5 pick the following year, too.
I think what's
Could
dangerous
be.
is locking yourself into a position just because you have a certain draft pick. Like that's crazier
Listen,
than flushing it out.
I'm just asking you, what's the non-QB top 5 draft pick that's changed a team in the last 10 years? Give me one example.
Does it have to be a top 5?
Yeah, because that's where we're going to be.
But I think the assumption there is that we have to take a QB with this draft at top because, like, or
Well, look at the Bears. The Bears punted on QB.
Yeah,
and they waited that extra year.
Because you're not going to also. How many teams have fixed their franchise in a year, even when they've drafted a top 5 QB?
Washington Commanders.
That's like the only one, though.
Are they
past fucking 20 years?
It's rare.
It's
Cincinnati
rare.
Bengals.
They haven't even fixed their franchise. That fucking they're getting.
They went
killed.
to a Super Bowl. Come on, no.
I mean,
No, I hear
not
you,
doing
but
that.
I mean, what are they going to do this year?
But
What
the
did they do last
reality,
year?
the reality is that it's not a 1-year deal. I mean, you have to be honest with the draft in front of you. You can't force a QB pick. You say if you don't pick a QB top 5, that's crazy. What if Lenore Sellers is number 1 overall, and then the gap between him and the number 2 quarterback is crazy?
All I'm saying
are you
is
going to force taking the second best quarterback just because you have a top 5 pick?
Yes, I would.
Even that's crazy.
Because guess who was the second best? Who was the second pick quarterback last year?
Help.
That's different, though, man.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, but he's way highly rated than anyone else.
I
that's
hear
come out this
you.
year.
Who was the
I hear
second
you.
pick quarterback this year?
Jackson Dart.
He was second?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but that was in the 20s. That's different. That's
Right. So if the second best quarterback is ranked as really graded out as a 20-somethingth pick, are you going to force it just because, we're in the top 5, a quarterback's already gone, we can't let the top 5 go away without picking just a quarterback, whoever it is, I don't give a shit? You can't have the strategy. That's reckless. You can't.
If you're saying we're in another Jackson Dart situation, I agree. Now we'll see where that pans out.
I think it's looking worse
I'm just
than
saying, assuming
worse, but-
assuming you're going to have top 5 picks back-to-back years is a mistake. That doesn't happen a ton. Until you solve the quarterback, I think you have to take a shot if you think they're worthy of the pick. If you just absolutely think they're not worthy, I get it.
Yeah.
Fine. But if you think they're worthy of being picked there and quarterbacks get elevated, they're not considered one of the top 5 players, they're still drafted much higher because of their value, I think you have to take the shot. And I'm going to stand by that. If Shuck can't beat out Rattler, I feel like I already know what Shuck is. And he can talk about developing quarterbacks and all that shit.
Yeah.
This was the easiest job to win in the league this year. He did not win it. Okay? There's a reason. And he can pretend there's not a reason. He could not beat out the worst quarterback of starting quarterbacks of this year.
That's fair.
Couldn't do it.
That is a fair assessment of Shuck. I think the calculus when the draft comes around is, the guy who we're facing drafting, there will be a one year, contract player difference, not age difference, because there's potentially a 7-year age difference between Shuck and whoever we draft. But you have to say, is the guy we're about to draft definitely better than the guy we drafted last year?
Yes, and I feel like that's...
You have to have that conversation. And if it's close...
Let's take it a step further with the number 1 pick.
If you're drafting the same guy, if you think the guy you're about to draft top 5 is the same as the guy you already got in the building, then you have to consider another position that can greatly help you.
Yeah, I think we reached for... This is personal opinion, obviously.
Yeah.
I think we reached on Shuck at 40. I think there will be a much better prospect up there than what Shuck was, if we're being honest about what Shuck was.
At the time he will be drafted in May of this year.
I believe that.
Will he be better at that time in 2026 as Shuck is at that exact time, having had a whole offseason, a season?
I'm almost certain.
Okay.
because he couldn't
beat
beat
out
Rattler.
He couldn't beat out Rattler.
That's where you have to be,
No.
I think, to draft a quarterback.
And that's where I'm at. Full scale.
You have to say a guy who has never even practiced in the NFL yet is better than the guy
I said it before the season.
who's had a whole season under his
The
belt,
worst
even
case
as a backup.
scenario for our franchise is if Shuck can't beat out Rattler. And I feel like that's where we're at. Because, again, he's older than Rattler. He was the most pro-ready.
By a year.
That's fine. Rattler was bad. Let's be honest about what Rattler is. He has not been good.
We also don't know what, they called it a QB competition. They said they're going to shake out who should be the best guy to start. We don't know.
You don't think they gave him a chance?
No, I think they gave him a chance, but we also don't know what the real, metric was. Like, how much better did Chuck have to look
Let me
than
ask you
Rattler
this. Do you think they
to start.
weren't desperate in their hopes that Shuck would beat out Rattler?
No, I don't think they were desperate. Because I think Kellen Moore's just that much glued into and committed to being this like let's develop guys type of mentality.
Then he's got it all wrong.
Does he have it all wrong?
Yeah.
Has the development approach really been that
You don't
bad?
draft an old as fuck quarterback who's pro ready.
He's 25.
26.
Now
26.
he's 26 after the last game.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 weeks into the season, he was 26.
The whole old as fuck thing. You draft a guy to play for you for 4 years.
4, right.
So like
You don't even have the fifth option.
he's got
on
4 years to cut it. So he does or he doesn't, regardless of his age.
it. I have to think,
Are
if
we gonna
you're
be-
being honest about how you run a business, they were desperately hoping Shuck beat Rattler.
It's a football team.
Because, yeah, it's a business. It's not a football team.
Gail
It's a
runs,
business.
She's
not
Lauscher
running
runs the
anything.
business.
She has no clue. Neither does he.
Well,
It's
hope
at the
somebody
end
does.
of the day, it's a business because when you have a successful product on the field, your business does better. It's a business.
Okay, so is Mickey Loomis calling in to Kellen and saying, play Shuck?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so Mickey, Dennis Lauscher allegedly run the business.
Mickey is not telling him what to do.
Kellen runs
Mickey
the football team.
desperately wanted Shuck to win that job. When you take him at 40,
Mickey did, yeah.
everyone did.
We all did.
Everyone.
Well,
Because
yeah. I mean,
you hope he comes in and he just takes a hold of that job. That's what everyone's hoping.
yeah.
Now, I get it. Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe it takes a little more time. There's just not a lot of examples of where that works out. There just aren't. When the guys who were drafted later traditionally have come in immediately and taken Russell Wilson came in immediately. Anyone drafted in that range, if they're if they're the guy, they come in and they take the job.
There's Aaron Rodgers wasn't taken from Brett Favre. Tom Brady didn't take it
That's
from Drew
a different
Bledsoe.
situation. There is no Brett Favre. There is no Drew Bledsoe. There is no. We can't use that as examples. We don't have that. He's beaten out Rattler, not Brett Favre. Brett Favre's going to the Hall of Fame and is in the Hall of Fame.
Who did Mahomes eventually came in for
Alex Smith.
Smith. Yeah.
1 year, they won their division the year before, made the playoffs. It's
The
a different
there,
situation.
Like the team around, I think all of these teams, we're just in a completely fucked situation because the team around us is not.
I agree with that
like,
statement 1,000%.
We can't even make a fair assessment of like is developing good or is starting right away good, because usually you make that assumption with like in a vacuum. Yeah. Like in the vacuum being a decent supporting cast around the QB position. We don't even have that.
I think being able to sit a quarterback is a luxury, okay?
Yeah.
It is not a guarantee. We've seen careers ruined like David Carr. We've seen plenty of these players who had to go play right away, and they either make it or they don't, right?
Here's the other reality. Like a quarterback that gets drafted and actually panning out and being really good, period, is rare.
Very.
Like, I mean, just no matter what,
Right.
whether he's drafted or developed,
And that's kind of my point.
a good QB in the NFL is rare.
Yes. Very.
It just is.
Like, good's rare. Great is impossible.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. And if you're great, generally you see it early. Is my point. Generally. There aren't a lot of guys at 27, 28 that all of a sudden become great.
Well,
there's so few examples.
The 20s, but you're talking about guys when they're 20 because they've had 2 or 3 years. Like, yes, we know Shuck's age, but like when he actually gets on the field as an NFL starter,
Okay. There's a rare amount that it couldn't beat out a terrible starter that all of a sudden
That's
becomes
fair.
really good.
I'll give you this. I'll give you this because I've been fighting back on you a lot here, and I meant that. But
I just want
your
examples.
Point, but your point about he couldn't beat out Rattler, that's
rough.
That's fair. That is rough.
Yeah. Rattler was a 6-game starter, 5th-round pick. Right? This is not a difficult person to beat out in the NFL if you're an NFL starter. If you are a bona fide NFL starter, that's easy money. I hate to say it, but it's reality.
There's another scenario, which I hope is not true, but there's a scenario where the talent evaluators are not good.
They're not. They shouldn't have taken Shuck at 40.
But the people, not the Loomis, we all know sucks, but there's a terrible scenario where we hired the wrong guy, and Kellen Moore and Nussmeier and his whole staff can't properly grade players, and they made the wrong call.
But it's
Yeah,
also,
but I'm not. It's too.
I
soon
don't
for
think
that.
that's.
It's too soon
I think
for
it's
that.
more likely that it.
I'm not disagreeing with that at
No,
all.
'cause
But I'm
that's-
also saying it could have been a panic pick because all we had was Rattler.
Yeah,
It's
I'm-
also entirely
I'm throwing
too
that out
soon to
there.
even say that.
Yeah, I'm
You
not saying
can't throw it
that.
out there
I'm not
yet.
saying that is the case, but I'm saying like we have to, like all things are on the table at this point. This team is so in flux. All things are on the table.
I could totally see a scenario where they're in the room and they're saying, look, we can't go into the season with Hainer and Rattler. There's
Yeah.
no circumstance.
Yeah, I could see that.
So who's number one at 40 that you like the best after Dart and Ward are gone? And they sat down and they came up with Shuck.
Yeah.
I get how they got there. But I think if he was what they had hoped he was, he'd be playing.
Yeah.
And he came in and they were like, okay, he is the guy that was kind of like no one knew where he would go, whether it was going to be between 40 and 90. No one really knew. And it turns out he's kind of the guy who should have been a little later, right? Very, very succinct. I see how you have to like make another play for another quarterback after seeing Hainer and Rattler last year. Totally reasonable. We see why they picked a quarterback. The problem is there weren't the quarterbacks there that could make a difference, potentially.
Right.
And so what does that do? Do I think – let's walk it back a little bit and just say we're the number one pick. Do you not take the number one quarterback prospect? Do you not take Cam Ward? Because Cam Ward – I don't like Cam Ward.
Well,
I was against that. But let's say
The Titans took him.
they took him, number one.
I would have gladly taken him at one.
That's what I'm saying. So if there's a Cam Ward comparable next year,
You're saying we can't take him. The Titans took him.
I'm just saying, if it's next year, there will probably be one player that is in the Cam Ward realm, in my opinion.
Well, you see the one who's as of right now trending that direction is the Oregon kid Dante Moore.
Yeah.
Right.
He's the one, and I've been reading about it, and they're like, he's the one that could be the slam dunk number one overall pick if he keeps the current trajectory.
And I might be like, I don't know, but I'm still taking it. I'm still taking that guy because
I'm intrigued by him because he and Arch were like 1A, 1B when they were coming out. And unlike Arch, he's the one that has performed this year like the 5-star top.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he was lights out against Penn
Look,
State.
we're
the other
still
day at
4 or
Penn
5
State.
games into the college season. I just feel like someone will emerge, and I could be wrong, but usually every year someone just makes that
Usually,
step.
but then you get a year where, like we were at the card shop earlier, and we're looking at what year was it with Kenny Pickett?
Yeah, that was an awful
That's
year.
the year where someone doesn't emerge. The year where we're going way back into our childhood, Jim Druckenmiller.
Yeah.
It's another, like, no one stepped up. And it's like sometimes they
It can happen. No
Christian
doubt.
Pondu year.
No doubt. That was a bad year. Was that EJ Manuel too? No, that was
No,
after
EJ Manuel was.
That
either
was a
before or
bad
after.
year, too.
That's another bad year. So there's years where these people get the manufactured top quarterback guy who has no business being drafted, much less being a fucking first round pick happens. So
But I feel like there's guys with legit talent out there this year, and just
Absolutely.
hopefully one of them gets it all together. I mean, Jaden Daniels in Week 5 was not a top 5 pick. We
No, he
all
wasn't.
know that,
Yeah,
and
you're
then
right.
he
Yeah.
just went on a tear.
Yeah. He was.
So
in fact, not.
I will say this though,
we need to hope 5 of those guys go on a tear. That's really what we need.
Yeah, we need as many as
we
possible.
would love options.
But I do remember though,
Like-
Jaden Daniels as a freshman at Arizona State, there was hype.
Flashes,
then.
though.
No, but there was the hype where people were like, "This dude's a future first round pick."
You know,
but then he kept going like this, and then he
Yeah.
got the yellow shoe and went.
Yeah, but
I was going to say, you say you need one of those guys to go on a tear. The one we really need to go on a tear is Tyler Shuck.
that'd be amazing.
Like that is your best case scenario. Is that he's
Or Rattler. I don't
or
give a fuck who
either
it
of
is.
them. Somebody in house goes on a tear. I don't. We've already seen enough from Rattler this year.
That
to
is
say-
your best case scenario.
Yeah. Like, but anyway. So let's bring this back to a preview pod.
Cry? Is this where we cry?
Are you going to cry?
I might.
I wasn't thinking about it, but if you want to cry.
Let's make our predictions because I want to go get in the hot tub.
Yeah, I was about to say. So you're getting in the hot tub.
With Corey.
Not with you.
What if I want to get in the hot tub?
I don't know if there's enough room for all of us.
I don't want to take it there.
Corey's not getting in that.
It wasn't. I wasn't. I meant Steve's out there.
There might be other grown adult men in the hot tub.
That's what I mean.
You're
Steve's
gonna-
already in there. There's not a room for all of us.
but
There's no water left in the hot tub.
But you're
now.
going to get in. So you're saying you're going to get in the hot tub with Steve.
I would get in the hot tub with anybody right now.
That's strong.
All right, who you got,
Is
Max?
Alex watching? You asked if this
Offensive.
is
all
Alex
right,
watching
Max,
this?
Max, offensive MVP. Who is it?
Not MVP anymore, sir. It's offensive player of the game.
Player of the game.
Player of the game. You're
100%.
Who's the sponsor of the player of the game now with the Saints? Like
Come on.
you're.
Spit it out.
All right, so hold on. We are playing the Giants.
Our Norton Leatherman Spawn Center player of the game.
So we were playing the
right.
Giants. I just watched the Giants give up a lot of rushing yards to my guy, Marion Hampton.
Okay.
And
Okay.
passing yards.
He
honestly.
led me to a nice victory this past week. So I'm gonna go with the running game.
But you got to go player.
You gotta
If
pick
I
a
have to
player.
pick a
This is
player, I guess I'm gonna take Kamara, but I would not be surprised if it's Kendrick.
Have you taken anyone else yet? You did.
I did. I
right?
took Shaheed last week.
Yeah. You and me went rogue. We were stupid.
I-
Okay, keep going. What's he
You
gonna
know
do?
what? I'm not taking Kamara. I'm taking Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Ooh.
I feel like Kendrick continues his momentum from the previous week. He's looking the part. He's got more pop. He's got more juice than Kamara does at this point.
Did you see the stat? He leads the league in missed tackles.
Yeah.
Like forced missed tackles.
Elusive factor.
And I feel
Yeah.
like Kellen Moore and Nussmeier are zeroing in on the fact that this is the guy we need to get more carries, and I feel like he's going to get more carries this week. The running game, as always, as we say every week, is going to have to be what spurs this team onto a win because we cannot depend on Rattler throwing the ball 40 times. So I'm going to go ahead and say Kendrick. I say the running game in general, but I'm going to give the edge to Kendrick Miller this week just to shake it up. I'm going to go ahead. He gets a touchdown.
TD. Okay. Defense. Who you got for defense?
Oh, we're doing it that way? Okay. Defense. No, go offense right now.
I'm gonna go all offense first.
Yeah, go all
right,
offense.
Okay. I'm going to go AK. I agree with the whole idea about like their defense and the running game. Like they're the most porous on their run defense. I mean, even though I heard their stats rattled off, they're like second or third to last in both like rushing and passing defense, which is crazy with the amount of talent they have on the front line. You would think it'd be higher somewhere, but I still think Kamara out touches Kendre, has more exotic type of looks, gets the ball in space more. So yeah, I'm gonna go Kamara with offensive MVP.
No, offensive.
Offensive player of the game. That's right, player of the game. Give me 100 total yards, and I don't know if he scores. Just 100 total yards.
Okay.
What you got?
I'm going back to the well with one of my least liked players on the team for me.
Olave?
Olave.
Wow.
I'm gonna say 7 receptions.
Could be.
How many drops? So 7 receptions.
Yeah,
That means-
nine drops.
I mean, he's the most targeted.
That
What's he
means they're
need?
gonna throw him-
16 targets.
They're
to
going to
get
throw up
7 catches?
17 targets to get to 7 catches.
I hate to say it. I think we're going to try and attack that part of their team. I don't think it's wrong if your offensive line can hold up. That's going to be the question. We've got injuries still on the offensive line, but their secondary I feel is weak. I feel that's really the worst part of their defense. So I think Kellen's going to see that and try and throw the ball a lot. Could be wrong. I hope he doesn't. I hope y'all are right. I hope we lean into
Run the
the
ball,
run game
run the
and
ball.
run it and just punt because I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. But I think what he's going to see on film is that they're really weak in the back, and I think he's going to try and attack that a little bit. So I'm going to say he gets 7 catches. I'll start defensive. I'm going back to Granderson. I think he's been far and away the best defensive player in our team. Yeah, at this point, I don't even think it's close. Second's probably DeMario, but Granderson's putting together a legit Pro Bowl season so far, if you look at it. I think he's like 7 or 8 tackles for loss. He's 4.5 sacks. He's on pace for 16 sacks. He's on pace for a huge year.
Yeah.
And he's made a play in every game so far. It's been consistent. He's done stuff in every game. So I'm gonna keep riding him. What I would like to see is Brzee take a step. I think he got his first sack. Was it last week? Got his first sack?
I think so.
Yeah, he's been close.
And he's been close a lot early on. I'd really like to see. That's the guy we need to be the guy, if we're being honest. We need him to justify that pick. So I hope it's defensive line related. But I think with Jackson Dart, if we keep him in the pocket and we can stay disciplined, there's going to be some sacks to be had this game. So I'm going to go with Granderson with a sack and multiple, we'll say 2 tackles for loss too. But 6 or 7 tackles and just doing what he's done all season. I mean, I think he's been the defensive MVP so far.
All right. No, I agree with you on Granderson as the defensive MVP of the season so far. That being said, for my defensive player of the game, I'm going to go with Alontae Taylor. It feels like we're at home. He's going to have at least a sack in this game. I feel like he's had a couple of weeks to go ahead and shake off the rust. It feels like now is the time for him to start fulfilling the potential that all of us have seen at the safety position or the star position, whatever you want to call it, in this defense. To me, Alante, 1.5 sacks.
Okay, Corey?
Wow. I'm going DeMario.
I almost went there.
It's hard. I always want to pick DeMario. It's hard to because like we've established this. Like his career interceptions are low, his career forced fumbles are low, and usually when we give the most, we've done MVP, but even like if we're talking about best player, you award that when different things happen. But I really think if they're going to try to slam Cadaboo at us, Cadaboo.
Slam Cadaboo. That's a great name. Slam Cadaboo.
Slam Cadaboo.
Let's just change his name.
You're gonna slam, but if they're gonna slam Cam Scatterboo at us, then DeMario's gonna have to be the guy to stop him. And I was serious last episode. I want to hear it on TV. I want to hear that collision between DeMario and Cam and Scatterboo. I want it to be in our favor, and I think DeMario's going to be up to the task. I hope. Anyway,
there you go. All right, why don't you give us your prediction on the winner?
Well, why don't y'all go first?
Is it one of the? Is it a lock?
Well, I'll go ahead and go. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Saints win this one.
Yeah.
This one feels like if it's ever going to happen with Spencer Rattler at starting quarterback, it feels like it's going to happen this week. I think the Patriots are a better team than the Giants. I think their quarterback is a rising star, and I think he's going to carve us up next week. That being said, I'm not sold on Jackson Dart yet. I think our defense is going to have some opportunities. Dart got off to a good start, obviously getting a win last week, but they are missing Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
And, with the exception of last week, we've done a pretty good job against the opposing team's running game. So Scatterboo is not a breakaway threat. He's a in horse racing terms, he's a mutter. He's the one that's going to come out and just punch you in the face for 60 minutes. But
we got guys who can punch back.
We got some guys that can punch back. Cam's great against the run. Granderson's done well. We got Big Boy Godshaw in the middle. I think we got a good chance of slowing down the run game enough. I think, like I talked about with Alante Taylor, I think he's going to have a big game. They'll be able to blitz him. And I think the secondary will hold up just enough for us to win. So I'm going to say Saints win. Final score... 17-14.
Okay.
You're up.
I'm torn on this one.
I was torn too, but I got it. This is the last time I'm predicting a win. Because we don't win this week, it ain't happening.
Yeah, until the Panthers, right?
Mm-hmm. Or the Jets.
I think the Jets are a problem for
they could. What do you think? What do you think about this New York team?
Yeah, I think Garrett Wilson and Fields running is a big problem for us. But I just kind of want to do the opposite. So I'm going to say the Giants. I'm going to stick to it. I think this is going to be low scoring. I think their defense has underperformed for what I think they have. I think that D-line is frightening for what we have going on at offensive line right now. I'm worried about the people we're missing. I think that's going to make – when do we see Rattler have trouble? It's when the first read isn't there. If they can take away that quick pass game, it could be real trouble. We could see turnovers, sacks. I think we could see everything this week. That defensive line is legit as it gets. And – the reason the defense is unperforming, I don't know, because I watched them in 2 games. They were in primetime early in the season. That defensive line's scary.
Yeah.
And they did just shut down Justin Herbert. No problem. And that offense was rolling going into that game.
They're dealing with a bit of the inconsistencies that some young teams go through.
Dumb penalties. The secondary has had a little bit of problems. I agree with that, but I don't know. That's a downhill defensive line, and it's got talent all over the place, with Thibodeau, Abdul Carter, is Lawrence playing? Is it Lawrence?
He might not be playing.
He might not. He was on the injury report. I saw it. I didn't see what the final.
That interception last week took a lot out of him.
Yeah. It's more a belief in that the best unit on the whole field is that unit, and that we don't have a quarterback that deals with that kind of shit great. So I think that's going to cause us problems scoring points. I think this is very low scoring. I'm going to say it's like 15-13 Giants. I know we're favored by 2. I think we probably stop them from a whole lot of offense, for sure. I think probably you're looking at both teams under 300 yards. I think we're looking at a boring-ass game. I think it's going to suck.
Could be a sloppy-ass game.
So I think anyone can win. I think it's 50-50. I really do think we can win it, so I can't argue with Max's pick at all. I just think that defensive line might be the difference and cause a few bigger plays than our defense is going to cause, and maybe give them plus field opportunities and stuff where they can score some easy points, and we're going to have to work harder. So Giants 15-13, 5 field goals.
5 for at least just one team, anyway. All right.
No, we need a little break before you go.
Let's pause it for my. I have a.
You know what? Why don't we get you get in the middle.
Center stage, Corey. Let's see it.
Get the center stage and just
For the lock.
I'm done.
Stand by. Hey, everybody. It's Corey here, and you're right. Seems a little bit more low energy than usual, but this is my lock. Coming to you from the Destin Beach House, my fellow 28-3 podcasters. This week's lock, it's not good. Because I can't lock the Saints to win. In fact, my lock this week is the Giants to win. Everything adding up, some people say this is our chance. I just don't think this is it. I'm looking at that defensive line, and I know we can do it. I know we can do it. So all hope is not lost. I hope we win. Don't get me wrong. But this week, for my lock, I gotta go with the Giants win. It's just what I'm doing. I haven't locked in another team to win before. It feels kind of strange, but if I'm looking at everything in front of me, that's what we're doing. So let's still bring the energy. Let's still get the win. I hope missing a lock is not something that has happened before. We here at the 20-3 podcast, sponsored by the Norton Leatherman Spine Center, when they gave us this lock, he was expecting some locks to come in. And sometimes when you want to get a lock, you got to make some unpopular choices. So that's what we're doing this week with your Norton Leatherman Spine Center of Louisville, Kentucky lock. One-handed catch. May have cradled it a little bit. That's okay. We're going with the Newark Football Giants to win. But we are always who dat. We want the Saints to win. Let's get a win. And with that, thank you for listening to the 28-3 podcast.